Yo, yo, how's everybody doing? This is Life in Basketball. Life in Basketball, the talk show. Well, today, again, I am your host, Carvel Bailey. I want to welcome you. We'll be getting started in a minute. Want to let Facebook do its thing, let everybody know that we own. This may be an abbreviated show today um, due to some circumstances. So go ahead and invite people out, and we'll get started in a minute. Hey Sandra, how you doing? How you doing? As you getting on, please let me know. Let me know where you calling from. Please let me know where you calling from. Or not calling, think I'm on a radio show. Let me know where you checking in from. Talk to me. Got my reverb in the back. So again, I am your host, Carvel Bailey, and this is Life in Basketball. What we do on this show is we bring real life situations and we bring real life basketball things and we combine them. We see how they play, what type of synergy they have, how do they correlate and relate to each other. Again, life and basketball, we combine them together because we're all living it. So we're here in the Bless the Ball Studios, Chicagoland, Illinois. Nice studio behind me. And this show is being sponsored by Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy. That's right. If you want to learn how to get better, if you want to learn how to get better mentally, physically, socially, emotionally, academically, athletically, spiritually, that's what we do. And we all encompass it using the game of basketball as our vehicle to help motivate you, to help entice you, to help get you together and get you ready for improvement. So we are a year-round development company, and we take care of all of those needs. We do after-school programs, character development, enrichment programs, as well as camps, clinics, public speaking, and as well as our book. All right, one of my prized possessions right now, Understanding Life Through the Game of Basketball. All right, it is for leaders. It is for coaches. All right, effective guide to leadership and coaching. If you're a leader, if you're a coach and you have not got this, you're losing. If you're a leader or a coach in any field and you have not bought this book, you're losing because you're shutting down additional education that you can be getting for yourself and you haven't picked it up. It's not just about basketball. Again, life in basketball, we use basketball references and we tie them all in together, but an additional resource to be able to help you with whatever it is that you may be dealing with or that you want to improve on or be able to empower others with if you're dealing with leadership as well as any type of coaching. So I'm going to drop the link. You need to pick it up, $19.99. And then support a brother. All right. Support a fellow Black author. All right. Fellow coach, fellow leader. All right. So that's what the show is being sponsored by Bless the Ball and our book, Understanding Life Through the Game of Basketball. So today, As I said, it might be an abbreviated show based on some things that I may have to run out and do and get done. But depending on how the time, what type of interaction I get, we may go a little bit further. Mel, if you still with me, let me know that you rocking with me. If you still with me, Mel, because I may want to do an impromptu question and answer with you. But basically, what I want to talk about today is success and what that means. All right. To me, success is being able to become better at the end than you were at the beginning. And again, with my academic background, being a teacher, being a dean of students, you know, you're not going to always get A students. You're not going to always get prize possession students. You're not going to always get super athletes. But does that mean that they're not successful? I don't think so. Coach Jackson, what up? How you feeling? E Swan, what up? That don't mean that you're not successful. If a person is only able to get, let's say, a D, but this person is, let's say, severely illiterate, and the best that they've been able to do is, say, get like 50s. So they get Fs. Well, if that person came to you with 50s, and then you were able to get that person, let's say at the end of the year, the end of the semester, at the end of the program, whatever, and now that person is getting 63, 64, 65%. Well, they've become a success in what they've been able to do because they've made improvement. So regardless to what other people may put on us, oh man, you still getting D's, man, you still getting D's. Well, just because you're getting A's, but maybe you was at a 96%. But by the end of the year, you went down to a 92%. Guess what? Even though you're getting A's, technically in my book, that's not being successful. So, I want to throw it out there because I want to hear from the people watching. What do you think success is? And let's talk about it, because I'm saying that because I saw a video earlier today, a basketball video. I'm not sure if any of you all know who Chris Jackson is. All right, some of the old folks will know who Chris Jackson is. Some of the young people may not know him as Chris Jackson or as Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Okay, but this was a gentleman that played at LSU. Was, people correlate him, or, people identify him with playing with Shaquille O'Neal. But this young man played at LSU. Dale Brown was amazing. Set all types of records. Went to the NBA. And now everybody's talking about Colin Kaepernick. Before Colin Kaepernick, there was Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Before Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, there was Craig Hodges. Before Craig Hodges was Muhammad Ali. What do all four of those people have in common? They were shut down athletically. Now, Muhammad Ali, he was able to get back, have his title fight, win his title back. But people forget when that happened, he was, when him and Frazier fought, he was 3 years removed from the penitentiary because of what he said he was not going to do. He took a stand and said, I'm not going to fight nobody else's war. I'm not going to fight people that look like me. I'm not going to fight somebody else's war. So therefore, do what you got to do. And they imprisoned the man. So he got shut down athletically. And then he came back, and really he was a success before jail. He was a success after jail. Craig Hodges went to the White House in his dashiki after they won the championship. 3-point champion, well known in Chicago, well liked in Chicago around that time. Slipped a note in President's pocket talking about the disenfranchisement of the black communities, talked about how things need to change. Craig Hodges didn't play another minute in the NBA. Does that mean that Craig Hodges was not successful? Well, he was successful in making his point. He was successful in basketball before then. He was successful in making his point. But then he was also successful after basketball because he's still coaching, he's still telling his story, and he's still helping individuals become better people. So people say, man, Craig Hodges, man, he wasn't a success. No, that's a lie. Because he improved from where he was to where he is. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. All right, we're not going to get into Colin Kaepernick right now. I think he's successful in shaking up a lot of stuff. Very successful in what he's doing. He went to the Super Bowl, went to the NFC Championship. Even this past year, he was successful in playing more than he was at the beginning of the year. So the year was really a success on the field, as well as to me, it was a success off the field, even though he's not playing. But we talked about boxing, basketball, football. But let's stick to basketball. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, he chose not to stand for the national anthem. Craig Hodges slid a note. Muhammad Ali didn't want to go fight. Colin Kaepernick took a knee. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf refused to stand. And when he did stand, he turned his back to the flag. But this was one of the best basketball players, pound for pound, to ever pick up a basketball. Now, I don't know if y'all remember who this guy is. Well, number 35, pound for pound, Chris Jackson, LSU. Wind up changing his, he wound up converting Muslim, changed his name, same jump shot. Same drive, same intensity, same heart. People look at Allen Iverson. Chris Jackson was Allen Iverson before anybody even knew who the kid was from Hampton, VA, back in the early 90s. Nobody knew who Allen Iverson was when Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was out there killing folks. So I saw a video today. He's part of the Big Three. He's talking about deception. He's talking about deception, like how you can use your eyes, your body movements to be able to throw off your opponent. And he talked about because in life we're nosy. So I can be looking at you, but I'm watching everything else that's going on out of my peripheral vision. Or I can be looking over here and I'm really watching you. I'm looking at my post guy, but I'm really watching the man that's guarding me. And before you know it, I done raised up and pulled up a jump shot in your face and I done caught you off guard. Because now you're not on your square, you're not paying attention. But he was the master deceptor, and his shot was faster than lightning. So this dude was successful as Chris Jackson back when Shaquille O'Neal played, back when Jamie Brandon played. Like they were all on the same team. Stanley Roberts, Chris Jackson, Jamie Brandon in the backcourt. Stanley Roberts, Shaquille O'Neal in the front court. I'm not sure I can't think of who the fifth person was. But they had a whip. And it was led by the senior, Chris Jackson. And he was so deceptive to where he made everybody around him better. So sometimes in life, we have to use deception to get our point across. So we have to use deception to be able to enhance the other things that we're doing. I'm not going to give someone so much attention that's negative attention. So I'm going to be very deceptive. Yeah, I hear you. You say you're haters. I hear you. I see what you're doing. But I'm not going to give it that much attention because I know that you're watching me anyway. So I see you, but I'm focused on something else over here. So as soon as you think I'm about to come at you, I went off into a whole nother market, into a whole nother section that's helped me become successful. And he's still doing it to this day. So what type of things do we have in our life that we need to add some deception to kind of overlook it? Because basically, real simple, deception is a no-look pass. So when you're not getting the energy, that you feel that you deserve, that you think that you need, you should get, you got to throw a no-look pass. Jigga said, I'm not looking at you dudes, I'm looking past you. When I was in college, took a public speaking course. Anybody ever have to publicly speak? All right, here's a trick. I was told never look at your audience. And it's easy if you're doing a big audience because you can't really, you're not really making eye contact with any one individual. You're looking at the masses. And let's say you're in a small setting. And, so now it's hard to just kind of zone out. But what you do is you look right above the person's head that you're talking to. Because now they think that you're like, I'm looking above my computer right now, but it looks like I'm looking in the camera. But I'm looking above my computer right now. All right, that's especially just starting out. That's an easy trick. So now I'm not looking at the camera. I'm looking past the camera. I'm looking at the wall. I'm looking at the wall, but it looks like I'm looking into the camera. Sometimes we can be looking at the things in our lives that's happening to us, but we have to look past those things to get us to where we're trying to go. Because what happens when we focus on that thing, it slows us down. When we focus on it, sometimes it can hinder us. When we focus on it, we become content that that's the end goal. You have another goal to achieve. Even in basketball, if your goal is to make that basket, well, after that basket, you make that basket, you got to get back on defense. So, people be celebrating. That's what they talk about. Boom, now they celebrating. Was that your end goal to make a basket? The game not over. We got to play defense. My teams were notorious about getting the ball out the rim, running it right up your throat. So you come down and you dunk, you make a good move, and ooh, we went back down. We scored in 5-6 seconds. But we got so deep in the paint on initial transition to where now y'all scrambling. I'm talking basketball terms now. Y'all scrambling to get back on defense because we already got a head start on you. Because we understand they scored, but now our goal is to go back and score too. And then we got to come back and play defense. And then go back and score again. Well, even if you score for the game winner and the game is over, you still got another game to play. So that's not the end goal. The end goal is the championship. The end goal is to be more successful at the end than when you first started. So watching Mahmoud Abdul Rauf talk and explain about deception, misdirection, all of those things, it just got me to understand, like, this dude was successful in the NBA. He was so successful in the NBA, even though they blackballed him, to where he's still able to teach those individuals that are watching him now. Now it took somebody like Ice Cube, put him back on the grand stage, and he's able to teach by doing what he does best, which is producing. So what do you have to be deceptive about? And when I say deceptive, I don't mean lie, cheat, or steal. But what do you have to look past to get forward? What do you have to not give so much energy to in order to keep going? What can you do to be more successful tomorrow than you were today? Are you going to shoot jump shots today? Are you going to make more jump shots today? See, that's a whole different segment. That's a whole different show. Are you just shooting or are you making? You going in the gym, you shooting 200, or you going in the gym, you making 200? That's a major difference. That's a major difference. That's the difference in good and great. Are you just going in the gym just to be active, or are you going in the gym with a purpose? How successful do you want to be? And sometimes you could be successful without even really focusing on how is it going to help somebody else. Because your success doesn't lie in what can you do for somebody else. Your success lies in how can you improve yourself. Once you improve yourself, now you're in a better situation to be able to help somebody else. So I can't say, well, I was successful because I was able to help this person today. Well, if I didn't do nothing to help me, I'm probably not able to help them to the best of their ability, best of my ability. Now we get talking about again, Chris Jackson. I know his name. I don't like being disrespectful. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, but I knew him at first. I was introduced to him as Chris Jackson. Unbelievable. Go YouTube, Chris Jackson, LSU. Just watch. Or Chris Jackson, I think he played for the Nets. Like, just watch some of the things that he did over and over again. Like, over and over again. So the things that we're doing, are we doing it once in a while? Or are we doing it over and over again? When you do it over and over again, it becomes consistent. And then it becomes a little bit easier because now you've already set a standard, a tone, and an expectation of what it takes to get you to that level of success. So I'm not sure if anybody remember Chris Jackson. Right now, today, that's really not my concern. I just wanted to introduce him and that to you guys so that you can bring that together with what are you doing to be successful. What are you allowing in your life to just sit there? Because again, if I'm looking this way and now you getting comfortable because you feel like you don't have to play good hard defense, if I'm looking at you, you all in. But if I'm turning my head, looking at something else, now you're going to ease up a little bit. Now you're going to relax. What happens? I look this way. As soon as you relax, pow, bang, 3, pow, bang, 3, pow, bang, 3. 9 points real quick. You ain't been looking. You relaxing. So what are we allowing in our lives to just sit there and relax? Kind of take hold in our lives. And those things that's taking hold in our lives and relaxing, just sitting there stagnant in our lives, are we taking full advantage of it? And pow, knocking one down on them. Now, sooner or later, that dude, that girl, that thing, that person, whatever it is, they either going to get benched and they're going to go away, or they're going to come back at you a little bit harder. Now, once life's problems come back at you a little bit harder, then what you going to do? All you do is duplicate what you've been doing. If you're doing it right, you just duplicate it. And it will continue to be right. You may have to make an adjustment here or there, but you just duplicate it. But if it's not going right, then you got to find the adjustments to do until it gets right. Now they're playing you a little bit harder. Now you might have to go a little bit stronger, a little bit tougher. Now sometimes you might have to look your problems in the face. Look your opponent in the face. Say, now I caught you off guard 3 times. Then drop one in your mouth. Now I'm going to look you dead in the eye and I'm about to destroy you and I'm about to take your confidence. Sometimes you got to look your problems right in the eye and say, you're not going to stop me from being successful. You got to speak things into your life. You're not going to stop me from being successful. I don't care who you are. Like, you know, back in the day, they had like, I think, what's that boy name? Called him the Kobe Stopper. I want to say Ruben something, but like, Kobe, like, what? The Kobe Stopper? Okay. I think he played for Portland. Yeah, I want to say Portland. Kobe Stopper? Watch this. People remember Kobe. I can't even remember dude's name. I remember he coined himself the Kobe Stopper. Kobe would, you know, kill him slightly. And then he messed up and got on national TV and say, I'm shutting Kobe down. Now, y'all got to remember y'all basketball history if y'all really do this. I'm shutting Kobe down. Lights out. Kobe went nuts. No, they used to say that Joe Dumars was the Jordan stopper. First of all, the Detroit Pistons had a whole Jordan rules. They had a team concept defensively to stick one man. Tell me, was he successful? Even though the Pistons used to beat up on him, he was successful because they had to change their whole philosophy about how they play every other game as opposed to when they played the Chicago Bulls. That's success to me. I made you change everything. So if my name is on your lips, I'm on your mind. If If my name is on your lips, I'm in your mind. Jordan rules. So they put Dumars on him. And Jordan say, hey, Joe Dumars guarded me the hardest out of anybody. He and Rod Higgins. Now, a lot of y'all don't know Rod Higgins. That's like one of Jordan's best friends. Guarded him the hardest. Excuse me. But Mike had his way against JD sometimes. Dumars. You know, you just ain't going, no, it ain't like that, Joe. Then Jordan so understood. I got through Dumars, I got through Rodman. You know, I didn't get mine, but we losing. But that was the whole concept of the Jordan rules. Like, we're going to send 2-3 people at Mike. But guess what? We know he's going to get his. Let's see if Pippen, Horace Grant, John Paxson, Kyle Macy, or whoever else, right? Steve Kerr. Let's see if they can stop us. Wasn't even Steve Kerr back then. Let's see if they can stop us. If they can beat us, rather. Because we all on Jordan. Mike was successful, man. From that point, both teams were successful. So you say, well, how can two people be successful in a basketball game? Did you do the best that you can do? Did you improve from starting point to the ending point? If so, it was a success. To me, maybe you didn't win, no moral victories. So maybe you feel like, man, that wasn't a success, but was it constant elevation? It's constant elevation that's successful. Only if you go from, say, 0 to 50, but you're normally a 75. That's not successful. Because now if you go from 0 to 75, the next time you come out, you should go from 0 to at least 76. That's successful. Then 77. That's successful. And then once you get to that point and you're ready to cruise, well, now that's when it goes from successful to consistently successful. And you can be successful, but can you be consistently? So when the Bulls played the Pistons in 1991, they were consistently successful with beating the Pistons 4 games in a row. They were successful all those other 7 years that Mike got trounced and pounced. He would win 1-2 games in a series and lose. So again, I'm there. We won one. But now you should be able to keep winning, being successful, keep winning. But until he decides to look it in the face, that I'm tired of losing. Tim Grover, let's go. Give me this weight set. I'm in the basement. I got to get stronger. I got to take these fouls. I got to take on all of the BS that life has to throw at me. My job, my coworkers, right? My students, my peers. I'm going to take on all that life has to throw at me. And I'm going to get stronger. Physically, mentally, socially, emotionally. And I'm going to be the better at weight. And I'm going to get better. And I'm going to be successful at the end. And then time and time again, I'm going to be consistently successful. And then just when they try to raise back up, I'm going to show some more deception. Or I'm going to get a little bit deeper in his face. These are things that we got to do, that we got to improve on. So I just wanted to bring that to the forefront, man. I thought about success when I saw that. I said, man, Chris, this Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf is successful in my book. if he never puts on an NBA uniform again, which he could probably, not probably, he could definitely play in the NBA right now and get big minutes. But when I saw that, I said, man, this guy's a success. So I have to talk about this. I want to talk about this because I'm, again, I got to, run real quick. But I said, I want to talk about this. And so, because of the abbreviated show today, may come back tomorrow and do a full show, or, Thursday we'll, make it worth your while. But Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and what he's doing is impeccable. Impeccable. Salutes out, right? Go look at his story and understand that you too can overcome all the odds, no matter what they throw at you. Try to shut you down, blackball you, no matter what happens. And I've been part of that myself. But now, as Coach Dedrick Shannon said on the first show of this season, you got to make your own lane. Make your own lane. Stay in it. Live in it. Enjoy it. Because you deserve it. Because after all, your success lies in your hands and nobody else's. You decide in your mind today, right now, do you want to be successful or not? If you want to be successful, then you start affirming it. You start claiming it. You start speaking it to yourself, and then you start taking on those success attributes. And you lead yourself to the promised land. Because after all, you might as well aim for the top. Because it's crowded as hell at the bottom. So with that being said, again, the show is being brought to you by Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy and the book, Understanding Life Through the Game of Basketball. I'm going to put the link in the comments now. But you should have it by now. Then again, you should have the book by now too. Check out the book. $19.99, and we can go from there. All right. Check out our website, blesstheballsd.com. You can also check out bit.ly. I Can Ball Too. Has some good informational stuff there for coaches, basketball players, some additional resources that you can use for your team. You can use as a player. Parents can use for their kids. But after all, how successful do you want them to be? And then once they reach that level of success, can they be consistently successful on that level until they level up? People talk about level up. You reach the level. Now it's time to go higher. All the way up. Well, if numbers is infinite and space is infinite, you can always expand. So that's my time for today. I thank everybody that took the time to watch the show. Please share this, all right, information. No guest today, all right, purposely, no guest today. Wanted to talk to you guys about success, but we will be back with more guests, more fun. But hey, to me, this was fun because I really got a chance to kind of talk about certain things that a lot of times we kind of sweep under the rug or we don't want to deal with. We just want to kind of go with the status quo and do what makes everybody else happy. No. Sometimes you got to be rough around the edges and stir up some things, scar some people up a little bit, make it uncomfortable for them to even be around you because you're ascending. Again, man, reach for the top because the crowd is hell at the bottom. Carvel Bailey, Bless the Ball Skill Development Academy presents Life in Basketball. We out. Peace.